Alright, welcome to this video and happy holidays everyone. But anyways, let's get right to the video. Today I'm gonna be talking about what I want to see for Forza Horizon 6, my expectations, like basically my vision of what I want to see for the game. Now, obviously, this is coming from a person that doesn't really like the Horizon 4 and 5. I had my interest and I really loved the first 3 games, and I kind of want this next game to be more so of those first 3 games and less on what they're kind of doing now in terms of like favoriting the casual side of things. And I want them to essentially go more towards car guys, gearheads, towards cars and just that kind of stuff. So this whole vision is gonna be based on that. So that's why I'm gonna say a quick disclaimer, whatever. So what I'm gonna say first, so essentially the last 3 games, Horizon 3, 4, and 5, have been on the same engine. So they have never gone to a new engine with Horizon 5 as I thought it would originally, and that's kind of, I guess, why Horizon 4 and 5 feel the same essentially to Horizon 3. And I feel like it has to be a new engine for the next game so that it kind of feels a bit different in some type of ways, not just on specifically on this engine as to how different it is, but it would kind of alter a couple of things and to make it feel a bit different from these from Horizon 3, 4, and 5, because obviously Horizon 1 had a completely different engine from Horizon 2, and Horizon 3 had a completely different engine from Horizon 2, and those games specifically, when you compare Horizon 1, 2, and 3, they feel completely different from each other, and that part of that reason probably has to do with the engine. So having a new engine will kind of change things a little bit, feel a bit different. And talking about the engine, let's go and move over to the map. So what I want for the map for the new Horizon game, so basically I don't care what location anymore. Before this video, or before like a couple months ago or so, like about a year ago, I kind of was very into having it be at Japan. I wanted it to be at Japan heavily because I felt like that would just been the perfect location for next Horizon game to be, especially this is a 6th game, like been 5 other different locations. Japan will be crazy, but since it's like one of the best locations they can possibly get towards, and if they're gonna make more Horizon games after Horizon 6, I feel that isn't the best location to go, because for a place like Japan, that sounds like a final Horizon game to me, and I feel like Horizon 6 isn't gonna be that last game. So if it is, then okay, Japan, go ahead. But if it's not the last game, don't go for that location. And honestly, in what location they want to go with, I don't care. I don't care what location they want. It can just be anywhere, as long as it has a modern city or is overall modernly driven. Like, I don't want these ancient places or these historical places that much. Like, we got that with Horizon 4, we got that with Horizon 5. I want something like Horizon 3, where we had the Server's Paradise city, which was very modern driven. Like this overall modern driven city is what I want. Also, more diverse roads. We need more twists and turns. We need more elevation, narrow sections, less full straights. Like the majority of the roads within Horizon 1 and 2, and even a little bit of 3, had some of these things. It had some twists and turns, had some elevations within them, and had, well, not really narrow sections, but it had its twists and turns and elevations, specifically in Horizon 2 and 1. Horizon 3 kind of is when things changed a little bit when it kind of made it so that like there's more straights and less twists and turns and less elevation. And since then, we've been getting games like that. Like Horizon 4 is another game that is mainly driven on straights, and that kind of stuff. Horizon 5, same thing. And Horizon 5 is kind of the worst in this department because most of the roads are just straights, pretty much. Like you don't even need to really be going to the highway. In my opinion, that you don't need to be going to the highway to do test top speed. Most cases, within that game. So that would be great, like in less full straights and more twists and turns elevation, more like you see the rally adventure expansion for Horizon 5. That would be amazing. Like, you know, that map has some really good rolls and twists and turns and all that kind of stuff. That would be a pretty good thing to look at to base on for Horizon 6. Also, we need more diverse we need more like locations in general, obviously, like small locations scattered around the map. Make it less dead is what essentially what I'm saying, because my problem with Horizon 5's map is that it is essentially dead outside of the festival, outside of the mountain road, like outside of the, you know, the location at the, you know, the beach areas, coastal areas, whatever. It's not a Guanajuato. Like even in those locations, they feel a bit dead because it's not enough traffic density, which I feel that they need to improve for the next game as well. But overall, like there's not like enough small locations around the map that, you know, aren't like they are, but they're not. There's not many, and it's not memorable either. Like think about with the first two games, right? Horizon 1 had these locations and they're pretty nice. Horizon 2 had it was pretty good for Horizon 2, pretty per se. Like I love the Horizon 2 map in terms of, you know, and you can like honestly they I feel that they need to do that, because that's my main problem with Horizon 5, with Horizon 5's map. I feel that Horizon 4 even has some better overall locations than Horizon 5, because Horizon 5 is just overall a dead map in general. So they need to improve that for Horizon 6. And what else I'm gonna say is the UI. So the UI and the HUD. This is it's not big stuff here. Like all I wanted to do is to change the UI sounds, man. They most of the sounds you hear in the UI when you're going through the menus, it's been the same since Horizon 3, bro. That game came out what, 2016? That, you know how long ago that was. Just change it up. Also, this, you know, the overall UI when you're driving around, like the, you know, speedometer, stuff like that, they make it more unique. I feel that it's kind of a bit too simple and too like, I don't know, because the first two games, you know, Horizon 1 and 2, you can hear this a lot in the video. I'm comparing the first two games, whatever. Even in Horizon 3, they looked they had a bit of color in them, and they had you know, you look at the speedometer, all the games, you know, Horizon 1 and 2 did this like nicely, and then Horizon 3 even got this little flair to it. But then Horizon 4, it kind of got more simpler. Horizon 5 got more simpler than that. I feel they need to change that a bit, make it more unique. That's just me. Okay, so what I'm going to say about the soundtrack and vibe. Now, the soundtrack and vibe is very important for open world racing game, in my opinion, especially for a game like this where it's taking on the festival scene, like you know, the festival vibe to it. Like what I'm talking about is I want this next game to feel more like Horizon Festival. You're in a Horizon Festival, and less like just the Forza open world. With Horizon 4 and 5 specifically, the Horizon vibe isn't really there, really. The festival vibe isn't really there. Horizon 1, 2, and 3 did a good job of this. Like they had good soundtracks to back the overall festival vibe up, right? Obviously, because Horizon 4 and 5 didn't really have that in my opinion. But like even then, like characters and the would help as well, but we'll get to that. But overall, I just want it to feel like that. And if they can, I would like the vibe to feel more reminiscent of Horizon 2 and 3. That would be great. They don't need to do that, but I would just appreciate it. And if Japan is the next location, if they're doing Japan, I want it to have a deep, dark vibe to it, to add that kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Japan is that location to take that direction. They don't need to do that, but if Japan is the next location, I want them to do that. But even when they're taking on this deep, dark vibe, if they are, I want it to still captivate what that Horizon feels, so that it isn't like completely different. Also, the soundtrack needs to have bangers, man. I don't know what's going on with the soundtracks these days. Like Horizon 4 was okay. Horizon 5 kind of worse than that. What's going on? Because the first 3 games had good soundtracks. I don't know what's going on here. But not only bangers within the soundtrack I want, is also like I need the bangers to associate with the vibe of the game too. I don't want it to just be bangers and not have any like, you know what I mean? I don't want the soundtrack to be mainly rock driven when the vibe of the game is kind of chill like Horizon 2. That will make no sense. So just have the bangers within the soundtrack cater towards the vibe of the game, connect towards the vibe of the game. That's what I'm talking about here. Also, characters. No more NPCs. Please, no more NPCs. Like, if you take a look at the characters in Horizon 1 and 2, there are not many of them. You don't need that much. It doesn't need a story either. The game doesn't need a story either. But just have more lively characters and characters that are actually there. And this will help with the cutscenes as well, because the cutscenes in the recent games have been just kind of standard open shots, and they don't really, that's all it really is. You look at the first 2 games specifically, Horizon 1 and 2, most of the cutscenes are very close up to the characters, and you kind of connect with them more, and they didn't really have cringe lines as they do now. You know what I mean? Just kind of do better, I guess. I don't know what to really say about that. And now we're gonna get into the quite a bit the juicy stuff here. Now we're talking crazy now. So we got the progression and gameplay. What do I want for that? So I'm gonna start with, I do not want to be the Horizon boss this time around. I do not want to be the Horizon boss. We got to be the Horizon boss twice, I think. Like Horizon 3, we got to be the Horizon boss. Horizon 5, we got to be. I don't want that again. Go back to being the underdog. Make us players be the underdog again, please. The only next thing I'm gonna say is, it needs to be more of a strict progression system that actually rewards the players when completing events in the game. Please do this. I need this, because I don't want to be given random cars, random OP things without doing anything, you know what I mean? Because these Horizon 4 and 5, we've been getting these random cars when we're just level 5. Like, I've been getting coins like when we're only level 5 and just started the game. Like, what's going on here? So less of that, please. We just need like a strict. We don't need it doesn't need to be like Horizon 1 where it's very strict. Just like more like Horizon 2. Horizon 2 is a perfect middle ground in my opinion. Also, wheel spins, let's make that not as OP. So what I'm saying is, don't have too much OP cars in there, and like make the big money that you get in wheel spin not as obtainable. Like, make it more rare to get, because I feel like it's too easy to get, you know, big money within the wheel spins. Also, no super wheel spins, please. Take those out. We don't need super wheel spins. I feel that they don't really need to be there. Also, you just get too much in there, so like just take them out. And I love to see events that are locked to only using a certain car, like car class, a certain car class or car type. That would be good. Like Horizon 1, like you had to, like, for certain events you had to pick a certain car, maybe a certain class with that car, or like something like that. That would be good. So essentially what I'm saying is less freedom of using whatever all the time, like, because with these new games we just get to use whatever we want. So you know what I mean, like we just need to take less of that. Bring championships back will also be good, but like more of a purpose. Like what I'm saying is make it the last thing you do and must win before heading to the next chapter, I guess, or whatever within the gameplay or next set. So like whenever you get enough points or whatever, you get enough like skill points or whatever, how they want to go about doing it, get enough levels or whatever, get to a certain level, you must do a championship within that set of whatever you're doing. And then once you win, you go to the next part of the game or whatever. That would be great. Also, I'd like for it to have like an end goal. Please, we need another end goal. Since Horizon 3, we haven't really gone like an end event or an end race or whatever to do to then beat the game. We never really gotten that. Horizon 3, we did get that showcase event, but it was a showcase event. Like, it's kind of rigged. You win anyways. We don't need to try. Horizon 4, I don't even remember, to be completely honest with you. Like, I don't even know. But Horizon 5 now, we didn't really have that. Like, you could have just done whatever and then you just instantly become Horizon Superstar. I think it was a similar thing with Horizon 4, where you had to, like, you got enough influence points and you would get into the Horizon roster or whatever. I don't want that, please. We need like a certain event that you had to complete in order to beat the game, please. Like Horizon 1 and 2. Horizon 1, beating Darius Flynn. Horizon 2, Horizon finale. We need something like that, please. Online. Now, for online, it's very simple. Servers, just get it to work properly at launch. That's all I'm asking for. Also, private sessions, we need those. What happened to those? The last time we seen those was Horizon 3. What's going on here? More game modes in general will be great too, and this will also be a good thing for offline as well. Like, for player on games specifically, that won't work offline because obviously, you know, with the infection and all that kind of, yeah, that wouldn't work. But for more race types in general, that would be good to have, because, you know, we only really got sprints and we only really got circuits. Like, change things up a little bit, add a couple of things here and there to work for the entire of the game. And then we got the festival playlist now. I want to talk specifically about the festival playlist before we end this video off. Stop adding cars that were in previous games in there, please. I'm asking you to not. Please stop it with that, because these cars were in previous games. Why are you putting in the festival playlist? That doesn't make sense, because when you're putting in the festival playlist, they're only obtainable within the festival playlist. So whenever cars like those go away, like, it's been a week and they're gone now, and it's been reset and new cars are added in, and then now you have to wait until those cars have been added back in the festival playlist, and it could take months. So just add those. Like, you don't need to have every single car that were in previous games into the new game. You don't need to do that. But what I'm saying is, if you add cars that were in previous games, don't add it to the festival playlist. Just put it in the auto show. Simple as that. So that people can buy it whenever they want to, you know. Because not everybody can play within a week to get that car. You know, you see what I'm saying? The base Pagani Huayra, right? That car was in every Horizon game. Horizon 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not in this game. It's not Horizon 5 at all. But it's coming out next month for a week in the festival playlist. Like, why? Why though? That's what I'm saying. So that would be great if they can just add it into the auto show. I feel that only new cars should be in there to obtain, not no previous game type cars. We don't need that. Just only new cars should be in the festival place. Only new cars, and not every new car. You don't need to add every new car because that'll create more FOMO than what people are really asking for, and I feel like we need less FOMO. And for those that don't know what FOMO is fear of missing out. So fear of missing out, if you create fear of missing out that car, and you would have to, it will make you want to play the game because so that you don't miss out with the car, and that type of thing. And if you do miss the car, you have that feeling, fear of missing out, FOMO. So ultimately, that's what I think with the festival playlist, and that kind of wraps up with the video. Honestly, that's what I want with Horizon 6. It doesn't need to be, all this doesn't need to be in the game, but this is what I want really see, and this is the foundation I want for the game, pretty much. Like, I love this series a lot. I love Forza in general, and on the Motorsport side right now, it's not looking good. Forza Motorsport reboot, but Horizon 6 has the foundation to be great. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's like Horizon 5, but it can be different. That's what I want to see this is what I said this video. This is what I want to see. So if it is what it is, then it is what it is. I don't know what I'm saying here. Kind of just waffling now. That's it, guys, man.